Okay. All right. So really quick on the WNBA. And the reason why I wanted to do this segment, let me get this comment off screen. The reason why I wanted to do this segment because I wanted to put away that the misnomer and the false narrative of the jealousy and the targeting and all of that stuff that that people like to say that's going on in the WNBA. And I just want to remind people that the league is even cleaned up a little bit from what it used to be. It was more physical before. And Candace Parker is going to kind of speak to some of that. She was on Flage's podcast. That's the guard from LSU that was really close with Angel Reese. She's got her own podcast, and and she, I like it. She's had some good guests on there. She had Candace Parker on there, and she spoke about the physicality of the league. That's what she said.
Most definitely. I've been watching the WNBA, and I'm like, I really got to get my weight up. Like they be bowling for real. Like I literally told my strength trainer, I'm like, bro, I gotta get stronger ASAP. But like it's people say like the WNBA is more physical now. Has it always been that physical, or
you said it's more physical now?
That's what people are saying.
No, the WNBA is not any more physical. Me? No, absolutely not. Next question. That is crazy. More physical than college? Yes, but is it more physical than it was before? Hell no. Like Google brawl. Google some of the WNBA brawls. Like, nah, that's crazy. So that's why it's like, now I think it's just you can't touch anybody. So that's, until the playoffs. Now the playoffs you can touch people. But in the regular season, you'll be fine. You'll be fine at the weight you're at in the regular season.
Oh, good.
I'm telling you, the weight you're at. I promise.
What is something new fans of women hoops?
So she laughed. She asked her. Because Flage's so young, and like we were saying, some of these comments coming from these young players like Anthony Edwards in the NBA, they really don't go to school on the history of the game. I guess that's not like a requirement. Like being a professional athlete means just that. You're supposed to be a professional, and you can't be a professional at any trade and not know the foundation in the history. So I don't understand how we even allowing that. But Flage is such a young girl. She don't know about the origins of the WNBA, and and how could you, man? Like you got to be taught that, right? But for them not to know how physical that league was, so she asked the question. They tell us that the league is more physical now than it used to be, and Candace Parker laughed. Like, you got to be freaking kidding me. Next question, like that, like there's no way that that can be something you actually believe. And she said, just Google brawls, which if you Google WNBA brawls, you're going to see a lot of them, and you're going to see Candace Parker in a lot of them. So what I want to say, just by using Candace Parker as an example and contrasting or comparing her to Caitlin Clark, let's just talk about their rookie seasons, right? One of the brawls that she was in was a unique brawl, her rookie season. First of all, remember Candace Parker got MVP her rookie season and Rookie of the Year. And I want to say that playing with Lisa Leslie, they might have won the championship that year too. I can't remember, but she definitely got MVP and Rookie of the Year as a rookie, man. That's crazy. MVP as a rookie, right? But she got a lot of hard fouls, and she had to fight. She played down low, you know what I mean? So, and she was a different type player because she didn't just play down low. She can handle the ball a little bit too. You know what I mean? She was fast and agile and athletic and all these things. And she took a beating, and not just her rookie year. She took a beating her whole career until she became the vet. But she was still getting beatings, even if you look at some of the games when she played against the Chicago Sky her last couple of years, or you could still see that she was taking. I mean, like Alyssa Thomas almost knocked her out 2 years ago. You can look all these things up, right? But I want to say this: that brawl, and she played for the Sparks as a rookie versus the Detroit Shock. This is very unique because the Los Angeles Sparks was coached by Michael Cooper, who is a Los Angeles Laker for life. Playing against the Detroit Pistons, coached by Bill Laimbeer and Rick Mahorn, who both were Detroit Pistons for life, part of the Bad Boy Pistons, right? So you got these two old school NBA guys who were kind of rivalries. I mean, like everybody was a rival with Bad Boy Pistons, but because they just beat a lot of people up. And you got Rick Mahorn and Bill Laimbeer coaching the Detroit Shock to play like the Detroit Pistons. They were physical. And then you got Michael Cooper and the Lakers, and they had the finesse girls. So Candace Parker was getting a lot of hell. And in this particular game, a fight broke out, and that was, like the only thing I seen worse in basketball on that level was probably the Malice in the Palace, which also involved Detroit. So the Detroit Pistons had the Malice in the Palace with Ron Artest and the Indiana Pacers and all that stuff. And this brawl between the Sparks and the Shock were just like that. Cheryl Ford, who was Karl Malone's daughter, played for the Shock. She tore her ACL. She almost lost her career because of that. She tore her ACL in the melee. Rick Mahorn was trying to break it up, and Lisa Leslie grabbed on him, and he pushed Lisa Leslie down. One of the teammates for Lisa Leslie got pissed off that he pushed Lisa down. She came and hit him in the back of the head. Candace Parker, that's what started the brawl. They were shooting free throws, and the girl got tangled up with Candace Parker. Then she clipped Candace Parker. They both went to the ground, and then when Candace Parker was trying to get up, the girl walked up on her. Candace Parker grabbed her, slammed her, and got about to hit, and then everybody was breaking up. Big old brawl at half court. People got hurt. 11 people suspended. Coaches. It was unreal. But this was just, the physicality was normal like that. And Candace Parker were always getting into brawls like that and fights and scuffles and all of that stuff, right? My point is this. Not one person in the media, not one commentator, not one fan, not one person said that any of those girls was jealous of Candace Parker. Not one person said they was targeting Candace Parker. And not one person said that it was race involved and why they was doing it to Candace Parker. So if Candace Parker was getting worse treatment than Caitlin Clark, and nobody said it was targeting, nobody said it was racial, nobody said it was jealousy, why the hell do we believe that somebody is targeting Caitlin Clark with a less physical league, no fights, and now we're saying it's about race and jealousy? And Candace Parker won MVP. It wasn't jealousy, and it wasn't jealousy then, it's not jealousy now. Here's the bottom line. Any competitive person that got a competitive edge is going to accept the challenge, right? If you tell me that the league that I play in is about to get this newcomer that's the savior of the league, you got to show me. So when this savior step on the court, I'm going to give her my best shot. Even right now in the NBA, when the Boston Celtics, they just won the championship, we all know every team that just won the championship gets everyone's best shot the next season, because now you're not sneaking up on nobody, and we know we got to bring it. And when you come into our hometown, we're going to accept that challenge. We're going to play you even harder, more competitive than anybody else. You're going to get our best shot, because if we don't give you your best shot, you're going to blow us off the floor, and my pride not going to allow you to blow me out. No diddy. So when the Celtics come to town, every team they play is going to give their best shot to the Celtics. That's not jealousy. That's not racial. That's not targeting. That's just somebody's being competitive and not about to allow that to happen. So apply that to Caitlin Clark. The media told everyone she's the best female basketball player on earth. She's going to come and save the WNBA, and she's better than all the WNBA women that's currently playing in the WNBA. And you wanted these women not to accept the challenge, to say, okay, you got to show me. Whenever we play her, I want to show the entire world what I can do. I'm going to pick up 94 feet. I'm going to make her turn the ball over 7 times. We're going to win the game. She's not getting 30. And that's how we're going to operate this thing. Right? So that's my whole thought process on that. I'm glad Candace Parker was able to say that on the podcast and say, nah, the physicality is much different. I challenge y'all to go up and look up some of these brawls in the early 2000s, some of these fights and how physical the WNBA league was and still is. And I want y'all to do y'all homework on that, because I don't want you to get manipulated by Shannon Sharp and ESPN and anybody that's trying to tell you that these women in the WNBA are jealous of Caitlin Clark just because they're playing defense on her, right? So that's my thoughts on that.